Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Sarika Krishna Online Classes. If you have not done the honor of subscribing it, please do the honor. This side Sarika, your maths teacher. So in this video, I'm here with the NCERT questions of polynomials. In my previous video, I have explained the introduction of polynomials. What are the terms important for knowing the polynomials? Now here exercise 2.1 of NCERT book class 9. Okay, so what is asked here, we have to tell whether these parts are, in first question it is asked that whether these are the polynomials in one variable. First question is whether they are polynomials or not. So we have to tell that also. If they are polynomial, then they are polynomial of one variable or two variables, right? Is it a polynomial of one variable? Yes, there is only x. X is a variable, right? Now, since the degree of x is a whole number, if the degree is a whole number, right? Degree is a whole number. Yes, it is a polynomial of one variable. Yes, it is a polynomial of one variable. Right, this line you have to write in every part, right? Okay, now the first question, in the first question, yes, it is a polynomial. Why polynomial? Because the degree is a whole number. What are whole numbers? What are whole numbers? It starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. It should not be in fractions, right? Or it should not be negative, right? Then they are not polynomial. So it is a polynomial, yes, because the degree is a whole number, and it is a polynomial of one variable, yes, because there is only one variable x. Now let us check the second one. In the second one, we have one variable, yes. What is the degree? 2. Yes, it is a whole number, right? Degree is a whole number. So I'm just writing yes, rest same line, same. It is a polynomial of one variable. Here the degree is not a whole number. Degree here is a fraction, right? So no, it is not a polynomial, right? You can continue that line. So no, it is not a polynomial because of this degree. Degree should be a whole number, 0, 1, 2, 3 and positive numbers. There should not be a negative power. There should not be a fraction power, right? Power should not be fraction. Now let us check this one. Here we need to simplify first, because this here, it is written here in the denominator. We have to write it this way. It is in the denominator with power 1. When I bring it to the numerator, we have to write power minus 1. Since it has a degree minus 1, so no, it is not a polynomial. It is not a polynomial, so we don't have to tell whether degree 1 or 2, right? Okay, now the fifth part. Fifth part is x to the power 10 y to powers are whole numbers, but there are three variables. So no, this is also no, it is not a polynomial of one variable, right? There are three variables. So first question clear. We just have to check whether it is a polynomial by checking the degree. If the degree is a whole number, yes, it is a polynomial. Then we need to check whether it is a polynomial of one variable. Then yes, right? Okay. Now what do we have to do? The second question is about coefficient of x square, right? What are coefficients? I have already explained in my previous video. I'll repeat. Coefficient means the numeric numbers, numeric values, numbers जो इसके आगे होंगे, right? Coefficient of x square means here it is 1. Right, here it's minus 1. If there is no number means 1, right? Here it's this. So coefficient of x square in this is 1, in this is minus 1, here it is pi by 2, coefficient is this part, right? And here we don't have the value, we don't have x square, so there is 0. If I write it in this form, I don't have a coefficient here, right? We don't have a coefficient of x to the power 2, sorry, x square. There is no coefficient because there is no term of x square. So here the coefficient is 0, right? So coefficients are the numeric values which are multiplied by x square. So these are, we were not having here the term of x square, so the coefficient will be 0. So these were the two questions. Now the next one. Okay, now question number 3rd, 4th and 5th. In question number 3rd, we have to tell, we have to give an example of binomial of degree 35 and a monomial of degree 100. In question number 4th, we have to tell the degree. And in question number 5th, we have to classify as linear, quadratic and cubic, right? So now let us give the example of binomial of degree 35. Binomial means two terms, right? Two terms. Let us write two terms. and degree should be 35. So here highest power of x has to be 35. Now here monomial. Monomial means single term, 4x only, and degree should be 100. So put the power degree 100. It is a single term, monomial and binomial. Now the degrees of these. What do you mean by the degree? Let me recall. Degree means the highest power, right? There can be many powers. 4, 3, 2, 1. Highest power 4, right? That way. So here what is the highest power? That is 3. So degree has to be 3. Here what is the highest power? That is 2. So degree is 2. Here the degree is 1. Here we don't have x to the power 0. So here the degree is 0. So this way we tell the degree the highest power. Here we have to classify whether it's linear, right, quadratic, cubic. Linear means degree 1, quadratic degree 2, cubic degree 3. So okay, so degree 2 maximum, quadratic, polynomial, right? Now degree 3, right, cubic polynomial. Then this one, I'll not write polynomial, right? I'll write only quadratic. Quadratic polynomial. Okay. Here the degree is 1, linear polynomial. Here degree is 1, linear polynomial. Here the degree is 2, quadratic polynomial. These are the variables, right? R, T, S, whatever, Y, X. Then here 3, cubic. Right? There can be only single term also, but we are talking about the degree here. Degree 3, cubic polynomial. Degree 2, quadratic. Degree 1, linear. This way we can do. So, all the basics were in this exercise. So, I'm done with exercise 2.1. Now, we'll be doing exercise 2.2. Okay, now exercise 2.2. In the first question, we have to find the value of this polynomial when x is 0, x is minus 1, x is 2. Same type of question is question number 2. We have to find P0, P1, P2. Means when x is 0, variable is 0, 1 and 2, right? Variable can be x or y or t, whatever, right? Same type of question, we just have to find the value of the polynomial when the value of variables are given, right? So in question number 2, there are 4 parts. I'm doing first one and the fourth one. Second and third you can try. They are of the same type. You just have to find out the value. Here find the value of this when x is 0. Okay, p of 0 means here it will be 0, here it will be 0 and 3. So this 0, 0 it becomes answer will be 3. Right? It's simple, you can find out. So p of minus 1 means here you have to put minus 1, 4, minus 1 square and plus 3. So here it becomes minus 5, minus minus it becomes positive. So this minus remains here, 4 ones are 4 plus 3. Here it becomes minus 9 plus 3, that becomes minus 6. So greater is minus 9. So we have to write the sign of greater number, right? Now p of 2, let us find p of 2. That will be 5 into 2, 4 into 2 square plus 3. It's very simple. 5 2s are 10. Here 2 2s are 4. First you'll square that 2. 2 2s are 4 and 4 4s are 16, right? Positive numbers are added. 10 3 13 minus 16. Here it becomes minus 3 because 16 is greater. So minus sign you have to write. So very simple. You just have to substitute the value and find out the answer. Let us do these two parts of question number 2. P of 0. Here I have to substitute 0, 0 and 1. 0, 0, 0, only 1 will be the answer. Now I have to substitute 1. 1 square minus 1 plus 1. So 1 square means 1 only, right? Plus 1 minus 1, 0 and answer will be 1. This one is left. Here if you substitute 2, 2 ka square, right? You have to do the square of 2 minus 2 plus 1. So 2 2s is 4 minus 2 plus 1. Adding the positive numbers, 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 minus 2, that is 3. Right? Simple. Here the next one, we have to substitute here 0. 0 minus 1, 0 plus 1. So it becomes 0 minus 1 is minus 1 and multiply plus 1, that is minus 1 finally. This is your multiplication. So here if you substitute 1 minus 1, here 1 plus 1, this becomes 1 minus 1 is 0 and 2. 0 multiplied by 2 is 0. So now substituting 2 where there is x, 2 minus 1, 2 plus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1, multiply by 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 ones is 3. Simple, right? Just substitute the value where it is written x and find out the answers. So 2.2, first question done, second done. I've done only 2 parts. Second and third you can try yourself. Now I'll be doing the next question. Now, question number third and fourth. What we have to do in question number third, we have to check whether this value is a zero of this polynomial. How to check? We'll be substituting this value here and we will be checking whether the polynomial becomes zero, because zeros of the polynomial are those values of the variable, जैसे x की value, y की value, which makes the whole polynomial zero. तो ये अगर इसको zero बनाता है तो yes, it will be a zero, otherwise it will not be a zero. And in question number 4, we have to find the zeros. We have to find the zeros means we have to find the value of x which makes the whole polynomial zero. Here we had to check. We were having the value of x, but we were supposed to check. Here we have to find the zeros. We have to find the zeros means the polynomial has to be zero here. Now let us do this one. Okay, here we'll be substituting here p of minus 1 by 3 in place of x. I'm substituting minus 1 by 3 plus 1. 3 cancels out. So we are left with here minus 1 and plus 1, that is 0. Yes, my x equals to minus 1 by 3 is a 0 of px. Of the given polynomial, it is a 0 because it has made this whole polynomial 0. Now let us check the second one here. So we are supposed to put here value of x 4 by 5. Okay, let us do that. 4 by 5 minus 5. This cancels. Here we are left with 4 minus 5. That is not equals to 0. No, it is not a polynomial. Whole line that you have to write there. No, it is not, sorry, not a polynomial. No, it is not a 0 of the polynomial, right? Because it doesn't make it 0. So 4 by 5 is not a 0 of this. Now let us check this one. Okay, so p of 1 will be 1 square minus 1. Yes, 0. And if we'll put p of minus 1 square is also 1 only. So that also gives us the same answer, plus 1, because when we square that number minus 1, that is positive 1. So that is 0. Yes. So here the answer is yes, x equals to 1 and minus 1 are the zeros of the given polynomial. Now let us check the fourth one. We have to check two values, right? Okay, minus 1. If we put here minus 1, right? So minus 1 plus 1 is 0 and multiplied by minus 3, that is 0. So here now we are supposed to put 2. 2 plus 1, here 2 minus 2. This is 0, here this is 3. 3 into 0 is 0. So answer is yes, minus 1 and 2 are the zeros of this polynomial because it makes the whole polynomial 0. So in this question we have just checked those values given here, substituting these values in place of the variable and checking whether the polynomial is 0 or not. So if it is 0, write yes. If it is not 0, write no, it is not a 0. Okay, here we have to find the value of x. Value of x means the 0. Values of x are called the zeros, right? Value of x was given, these were the zeros and we were checking. Here they are saying find the value of 0. For finding the value of 0, it is that value which makes this whole polynomial 0. ये पूरा polynomial का answer 0 आता है, right? So that value of x, let us find out. So we can solve the equation. 5 goes to that side with a negative. So answer is x equals to minus 5 will be a 0 of this polynomial because it will make it 0. See, minus 5, if you will substitute here minus 5 plus 5, that makes it 0. Yes. So here also we have to do the same thing. In order to find the zeros, you have to put that polynomial 0. आपको उस polynomial को 0 डालना पड़ेगा, तब आंसर आएगा. So here 5. Yes, अगर आप यहाँ 5 डालते हो, 5 minus 5, 0 आ जाता है. So yes, this is a 0 of a polynomial. 0 of a polynomial. Here let us check this. In order to check, let us equate to 0. So 2x first, we shall have to shift 5 with a change of sign, right? Now cross multiplication. So this is the value which is called as 0 of a polynomial. This. Now in this one, 3x minus 2 equals to 0. So 3x equals to 2 goes to the right side with a change of sign. It becomes 2 by 3. So this is the 0 of this polynomial. So I'm done with this exercise 2.2. Now the next exercise 2.3. Okay students, now exercise 2.3. First question. In first question you have to find the remainder and second also you have to find the remainder. How do we find the remainder? This is px, this is the dividend. I have already explained in my previous video what is remainder theorem, how to find the remainder, what is factor theorem. Here this is a dividend and it is divided by this gx. Px is divided by gx. Gx is a divisor. So what do you do? The divisor, we put x plus 1, this divisor equals to 0 and we find out the value of x, that is minus 1. Now we substitute this value in dividend, right? So let us do that. So substituting this value, we get here, this is 3 into minus 1 and plus 1. We are supposed to substitute minus 1 because when we equated this divisor equal to 0, we got a value x minus 1 and we are substituting in this. Now let us find that will be the remainder. That will be our x. Okay, here, right? Minus 1 3 times odd number. Okay, when you multiply the negative number odd number times, it remains negative. Odd number means 1, 3, 5, 7. Means minus 1 to the power 7. 7 is an odd number. So you don't have to check it minus 1 into minus 1, minus minus plus, plus minus 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 minus. Not that way. If it is odd number, it remains negative, right? So now if it is even, it becomes positive. So we have to check odd number, it remains minus 1, plus it becomes positive, 3 ones are 3, right? Here positive, negative, negative, this way, right? So it becomes plus 1 minus 1 becomes 0 here, and this 3 plus 3, this becomes 0, and we get the answer 0 here in this case. So what is the remainder here is 0, right? Here the remainder is 0. Okay, so here we have done, I've done this question here. Now let us do the second part here. Now second part, px will be the same. Gx is now x minus 1 by 2. So we are supposed to equate this equals to 0. So let us find the value. Value will be this, goes to the right side. So this is the value now. So we have to substitute this here. So here in place of x, that is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 cube plus 3 into 1 by 2 square plus 3 into 1 by 2 plus 1. So I have substituted 1 by 2 in place of x, right? So let us find out. 1 into 1 into 1 is 1. 2 to the 4 to the 8 this way, right? 3 is outside here, 2 to the 4. Here it is 3 by 2 plus 1. So now here it becomes 1 by 8 plus 3 by 4 plus 3 by 2 plus 1. Now you are supposed to take the LCM, right? So I'll write here, it is 1 by 8 plus 3 by 4, 3 by 2 and plus 1. Let us take the LCM. LCM will be 8. LCM of 2, 4 and 8 is 8. So here we don't have to multiply. Here we have to multiply 2. Here you have to multiply 4. Here 8. So here it's 1, 3 2s are 6, 4 3s are 12, 8 1s are 8. Let us add them up, right? So 12, 8, 20, 27 by 8. So this is the remainder. What we are getting? This is the remainder of this question, right? So we are finding out the remainder. I'm repeating this again. How to find the remainder? There will be a dividend, a divisor. It is divided. Px is divided by gx, right? This is a divisor जिससे divide करते हैं. उसको 0 डालना है. वहां से वैल्यू निकालनी है. वैल्यू को इसमें सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है. जो आंसर आए वो आपका रिमाइंडर होगा. So in the first part, what was the remainder? Remainder was 0. Right, and in this case it came out to be 27 by 8. So this is the remainder. हम gx को 0 डालते हैं. gx means divisor जिससे हम divide करते हैं और फिर उसकी value जो आती है x की वो हम polynomial में डालते हैं, right? And we find out the answer, that is remainder. Same question, find the remainder here also. So what we know that what to do? gx is this, substitute to 0. X will be equals to a. Substituting this value here, we get x of P of a. Here in place of x you have to put a because we have found the value x a, right? So a cube a square 6 into a. I have substituted where there is x, I have substituted a cube minus, here also it becomes a cube square and a cube plus 6a minus a. So this is positive negative cancelled out. Here 6a minus a, that is plus 5a. So this was the remainder. Right, remainder of this polynomial when px is divided by gx. I hope you know how to find the remainder, right? I'm just repeating once again. There is a polynomial जो कि divisor है, जो कि dividend है, जो अंदर हम लिखते हैं जब divide करते हैं. जिससे divide करते हैं वो बाहर होता है divisor. So जो divisor है gx उसको 0 डालते हैं. x का आंसर आता है, उस आंसर को हम उसी में px में डालते हैं जो कि अंदर का dividend है, and we are able to find out the remainder this way. Okay, now the next question. Okay, students, now the last question of exercise 2.3. Third question is the last question, right? So now what we are supposed to do here, we have to check whether this is a factor of this. Means this is dividend this is divisor. इसको इससे divide करना. Px is divided by gx. So we have to check whether gx is a factor of px. वो तब होता है factor जब remainder आपका 0 आता है. So how to find the remainder? In just now in question number 1 and 2 we found the remainder. So how to find that remainder? First we substitute this equals to 0, finding out the value of x from here and substituting in this. हमने क्या किया था रिमाइंडर निकालने के लिए 3gx को डिवाइजर को 0 डाला, फाइंडिंग आउट द वैल्यू फ्रॉम हियर. सो वैल्यू कम्स आउट टू बी दिस. नाउ सब्स्टिट्यूटिंग दिस वैल्यू हियर इन डिविडेंड. सो रिमाइंडर जो है दैट शुड कम आउट टू बी 0. अगर 0 नहीं आता है देन इट इज नॉट अ फैक्टर. gx इज नॉट अ फैक्टर ऑफ px. अगर 0 आता है देन इट विल बी gx will be a factor of px कि उसको perfectly divide करेगा. जो perfectly divide करते हैं उनके remainder 0 होते हैं. So remainder find out करते हैं पहले. Okay. So how do we find the remainder? इसको इसमें value को डालेंगे. Right. Okay. 3x here is minus 7 by 3 and cube plus 7 or x is minus 7 by 3. We have to solve this. Here 7 into 7 343 and 3 to 9 to 27. Here it will be positive negative. There is no power here. So plus minus minus 7 7s are 49 upon 3. Let us cancel this 3 by 3. 9s are. So we are left with 343 by 9. 49 by 3. Taking out the LCM. LCM will be here 9. So multiply this by 3. So minus 343 minus 9 3 are 27 2. 3 4s are 12 13 14. Right? So it becomes 10 here. 4 4 8 9 3 1 4 minus 490 by 9. So it is not equals to 0. Remainder is not equals to 0. So no. 7 plus 3x is not a factor of 3x cube plus 7x. Right? So this is the way. This is a factor theorem to check whether gx is a factor of px. क्या करना है रिमाइंडर निकालना है. जैसे रिमाइंडर थ्योरम से रिमाइंडर निकालते हैं सेम करना है. रिमाइंडर कैसे निकालते हैं? gx को 0 डालते हैं, फाइंडिंग आउट द वैल्यू ऑफ x फ्रॉम देयर, सब्स्टिट्यूटिंग दैट वैल्यू इन px. आफ्टर सब्स्टिट्यूटिंग द वैल्यू यू गेट एन आंसर दैट इज द रिमाइंडर थ्योरम. राइट. सो यस यू गॉट दिस रिमाइंडर हियर बट this is not equals to 0. Since the remainder is not 0, आपका remainder कुछ बच रहा है, मीन्स उसने perfectly divide नहीं किया. जब कोई number होता है 10 divided by 2, perfectly remainder 0 आता है. So यहाँ remainder here it's not 0. Remainder is not 0. So how can this be a factor of this? Factor तो वो होते हैं जो perfectly divide करते हैं जिसमें remainder 0 आता है. So answer here is no. This is not a factor because the remainder is not 0. We calculated it from remainder theorem. Remainder theorem factor theorem सेम ही होता है. राइट. सो रिमाइंडर थ्योरम में रिमाइंडर निकाल लेते हैं और फैक्टर थ्योरम में रिमाइंडर थ्योरम को यूज करके रिमाइंडर निकाल के चेक करते हैं कि रिमाइंडर 0 आए या नहीं आए. सो आई एम डन विद 3 exercises of polynomial 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. Right. So it was easy. All 3 of them were easy exercises. And we were supposed to find the value of p0. P0 means in the polynomial just substitute x0, x1, x minus 1, x2, finding out the values, right? Or finding out the remainder or checking whether one polynomial is the factor of the other. Okay, thank you children. Stay blessed.